Welcome back to A6 Soul's Blunt Truth Sports Edition. I am your host, Roman Christopher. Let's get into it.
One time for my niggas in the building. 2 times for the women that be feeling they self. 3 times for the niggas that be getting it. 4 times for the women that can get it they self. Chef Curry whip it, then I shoot. Chef Curry whip it, then I shoot. These niggas hating on the sidelines. They don't know how to follow guidelines. Nope. Chef Curry whip it, then I shoot. Chef Curry whip it, then I shoot. These niggas hating on the sidelines. Hold up, wait. Why they on my timeline?
All right, but 2 games in, and right now it's 1-1. OKC is tied with Indiana. Indiana stole game 1. They were down by a good 20-something points. Same results were happening in game 2. And they couldn't pull it back and pull it off actually, and come back and get the W like they did the first game. So OKC stepped on the next one beginning to end, and they made sure they didn't come back. So hats off to OKC, hats off to Indiana for getting this far. For all y'all that bet, man, tell you, man, Indiana, too wishy-washy for me, man, especially Tyrese Halliburton. You don't know what you're getting with him, so you're going to be betting on him and taking chances every single time. One person I can say you could bet on, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's right. I'm pretty sure y'all knew I was going to say that. That boy be cooking. That boy be cooking. He good for a good 34 a game. It's crazy. He do it easily, too. But I thought he came out and showed that he was the MVP. He stepped on their necks, and he made sure that they wasn't going to come back on this one, especially not at home twice in a row. That just don't happen with them this year. I do believe this next game is going to be a lot more competitive. It's in Indiana tomorrow. I think Indiana might even be able to pull it off. But after that, I don't think they're going to win anymore. I think this is going game 6. I think it's over with. I think OKC gets a run where they get 2 in a row. So they could possibly even get this game and then lose the next one to Indiana. But I personally feel like it's going to be 2-2, and then it's going to be game over. I think OKC going to end it in 6. That's just how I feel. I could be wrong. But from looking with the eye test, it just looks like OKC's more well-rounded and polished team. They're gritty. They're dogs. They're scrappy. They're going to do everything they can to win. They're going to be aggressive. They're going to punish you on the glass. They just look like they're well-rounded and got everything where they need it to be. Indiana looks also like they're a good team, like they're well-rounded, but they also looked a little nervous in both these games. And it just seemed like they just couldn't deal with the aggression. We're going to see how it actually works out, because now that I'm thinking about it, Tyrese Halliburton did look a little hobbled after that press conference he had. So if he's not right, Indiana's not right, and they might just fall in 5. So, yeah, anybody trying to put their money up, put it on SGA. That boy going to deliver. And if he don't, it's one of them days, but I just don't see it. They don't have anything for him. Yeah, that's that. All right. This next game tomorrow is going to be a great game. Hopefully it gets more competitive, but I do think OKC will pull it off. But now we're going to get into the MMA portion of this show, which I haven't done for a while now. I did watch the fights, but to remind myself, I got to read off the card. So the first fight was Vicente Luque versus Kevin Holland. Kevin Holland got him in a dart choke in the second round. It was a beautiful dart choke, and Kevin Holland looked really sharp, but that motherfucker pissed me off. He pisses me off, man. He is not consistent, man. One minute you betting on him, the next minute you just can't bet on him. You just don't know what he's going to bring to the table, if he's taking it serious or not. And he had all the skills. He still got all the skills. He could have been a great champion, but he plays around too much. He don't take it serious like I feel like he should. And he just lets people get the better of him. He's always like win one, lose one, win one, lose one. But one thing I can say is he's very entertaining, and I think that's why he gets the money he gets, and that's why he gets on the cards he gets on, and he's constantly having fights. You know, he's always active, so you got to appreciate that. He looked really good against Vicente Luque, though, which he had to, because Vicente is no joke. That boy will put you out, submit you, knock you out, either or, however you want it. You know what I'm saying? And Kevin Holland looked really sharp. He came out talking trash as soon as the bell rang, right after touching gloves. And he was just talking shit the whole time for the whole 2 rounds. And it looked for a while like it could have went either way. Um, then it just started. You just started seeing this, the whole thing just shift over to Kevin Holland's favor, and eventually you kind of felt like he was gonna get him out of there, even though it's Vicente Luque, so you're never gonna count him out. He looked real sharp, man. If he stays looking like that, and he said he plans on staying at 170, he can make noise. But I'm not even gonna put my money on that dude because he always messing up somebody parlay. It's crazy. You bet on him to lose and he wins. You bet on him to win and he loses. Just don't bet on him. Just let him be him. Let him do his thing. The next fight, Mario Bautista and Patchy Mix. Patchy Mix debut. I believe this was his debut in the UFC on a pay-per-view. And he looked trash. He looked straight trash. He had a lot of hype behind him. Everybody's all hyped about him and oh, he's gonna be a champion. I think if he wins this fight, he gets a title shot straight from Bellator, whatever the case. He was a champ over there. He looked really good over there. Not against Mario Bautista. I think it showed the levels. And I heard somebody say that he probably had such a bad weight cut that he was just flat, and when he rehydrated, he would just his body wasn't responding. And I guess that does happen to fighters sometimes when they have a bad weight cut, their body just doesn't respond to what your mind is telling it to do. So it's possible, but I'm not giving him no excuses, man. You came in with hype, you knew what you was getting into. Granted, you filled in a spot for oh man, what's the dude's name? Man, let me find this for you. Oh, Marlon Chito Vera. Um, 'cause he couldn't make the fight, so you took in his spot. I don't know how last minute it was, but either way, you signed up for the fight. You knew what you was getting into. If it's a hard weight cut, go up a weight class. No excuses. Mario Bautista looked great out there, man. That boy looked real sharp, and I definitely was not feeling home. I was hoping he lost because of the fact of the way he won against Jose Aldo. I thought it was complete trash, complete bullshit. He held him on the fence the whole 5 rounds because he couldn't deal with Jose Aldo's hands. And that was just what it was. And I didn't like the way he went out. I thought he should have went out and chilled a little more and fought. I thought he should have fought. I thought he took the coward's way out. But he earned my respect against Patchy Mix, man. That boy came out mixing it up. Kicks to the body, kicks to the head, kicks to the legs, punch, jab, body shot. He was doing it all, man. And that dude was moving left, right. Head was never on the center line. He was constantly moving his head, so it was a moving target. His energy was just high, and I think he just put it on Patchy, man. Patchy just stood too tall, man. Too tall, too heavy on that front leg, and his head never moved from the center line. He stayed in that spot. He was not a moving target whatsoever. And that you cannot have, man. Even when you're throwing a jab, you gotta move that head a little bit. Though you don't gotta move it all crazy, you know what I mean? But you wanna get a good little, something like that. You know what I'm saying? I gave you a little something. But overall, great job, Mario. Shout out to you. Congratulations. Congratulations to Kevin Holland as well, even though that boy be pissing me the fuck off. I used to cheer for him all the time too, man. That dude. That's neither here nor there. The next fight was Kelvin Gastelum versus Joe Pyfer, and this was turning out to be a domination. I was like, yo, every time Joe Pyfer hit this dude, it sounded like a brick smacking on somebody's face. Just it was crazy, and he was just laying them down every time, boom, boom, boom. But Calvin Gastelum, you know how he do it. He a dog. That boy kept getting up. He got back in the fight, and I personally think he stole round 2 and he won round 3. That's just me. Even though Kelvin Gastelum looked very out of shape, he looked like he didn't even try to train for this fight. Like he was just eating donuts all day, and thought he can run over Joe Pyfer. Nah, bro. Joe Pyfer's a problem. But I do think he edged him out. That's my personal opinion. I might have to go back and rewatch the fight because maybe people like, yo, what fight was you watching? But I just felt like Joe Pyfer wasn't throwing anything. And second round, Calvin Gastelum turned it around. He was throwing so much more. He was the aggressor, and more combos, mixing it up. Even though it was hard for him many times to reach Joe Pyfer because his reach was just so much different. But I thought he stole round 2, and I thought he edged him out round 3. But overall, congratulations to Joe Pyfer. I do appreciate you. I mean, you got that punching power that everybody would love to come watch your fights just because it's like you can put anybody out any given time. Let's go over to the co-main event. Something we've been all waiting for, all looking forward to. Juliana Pena versus Kayla Harrison. I know a lot of people don't like Juliana Pena because of the shit she talked and the way she talks it. And a lot of people like Kayla Harrison because she's supposed to be like this sweet, sweet woman. And personally, I got respect for both of them. I think they're both great mothers. They both do what they're supposed to do as people in this world. And I think Juliana Pena, I think she's actually a nice person. I think she puts on this persona because she knows it's gonna sell. And she accepted to get that bad guy role and to take it in and become the bad guy. It's like, okay, you guys aren't gonna like me, that's cool, but you guys are gonna watch me. And I respect it. And I actually respect her a lot because Kayla Harrison is way too big for that weight class. I'm gonna keep it on it. I respect Kayla. I love Kayla. She's a great fighter. I want to see her win. But she's way too big for that weight class, man. When you seen her in front of Juliana Pena, man, it was like I'm gonna keep it real. It was like a man next to a woman. Like it was crazy. She was just so much bigger than her. It was bad. It was bad. And you can see the difference with power. Kayla had no problems with attacking her, being aggressive, because she didn't feel like she was gonna get clipped by something that can put her out. And she was just the aggressor. And then you can see once she put that Kimura in instantly, Juliana had to tap and it was round two. Round two, let me check for you. Yeah, round two. She had to tap, man, because she was gonna get her arm broke. And it was in a matter of seconds. And it wasn't even from technique, it was just from power. I don't know. I give Juliana more respect for that. Of course I respect Kayla, but I think it was inevitable, man. She's just too big for that weight class. But one thing I did like, she brought Amanda Nunes back from retirement. So they say. She got Amanda Nunes into the ring. She challenged her. They got nothing but love and respect for each other. They actually were in ATT together. And that's the reason why Amanda Nunes left because she knew she was going to fight Kayla eventually and she couldn't be in that same gym with her because you can't sit there for one, fight your teammates. It's just weird. And then for two, you guys will know each other in and out. So she got her own camp. She made her own gym. I respect it. But she looks like she's excited to come back because Kayla Harrison is the champ and she wants to fight her. Amanda Nunes is the female GOAT, man. She got nothing else to prove. So she just wants to go in there and fight because she loves it. She wants to get that belt back and beat Kayla. So I respect her for putting her legacy. I wouldn't say on the lines. I think her legacy cemented. She's gonna be the female GOAT. She's probably past a little bit past her prime already. Um, and Kayla's up and comer. A lot of times it usually doesn't go right for GOATs and legends. So it's possible that Kayla might just get that. But I don't think that's gonna change her resume as far as being a female GOAT, whether she wins or loses. But I think people will respect the fact that she actually came back from retirement when she really don't have nothing else to prove. She don't really have to do nothing else. She was a two-division champ. She won the belt twice in one division. So technically she was a three-time champ in the UFC. And no other female's ever done that. So you just can't deny it. Can Kayla take that spot? Sure, she could take it. She still got some time. But she will have to do it in another weight class. And I think right now, the competition in female MMA is really dying out really fast. And I don't see a weight class above 135, I believe they fought at. I don't see nothing above 135 that has any females in it really. If there's even another division higher than that, I can't even tell you the last time I saw females fighting higher than 135. So I think it's just dying out. Um, and I think Amanda Nunes, when she was actually champ and double champ, she was fighting a lot more competition. She fought Valentina Shevchenko twice, which I think Valentina got one of those fights, but it's neither here nor there. They judged it for Amanda. It is what it is. She's the female GOAT, and welcome back. I hope you're back. And it was crazy seeing them both in the ring in front of each other. Amanda's a big girl too. She's a big girl too. I don't think Kayla gonna be able to manhandle her as easily, and she does not want to get punched by Amanda Nunes. So I think that's gonna be a pretty cool fight. Although if Kayla gets her on the ground, it might be a wrap. So she might be done with that one. So it is what it is. But overall, I did think Kayla Harrison will win. But I respect Juliana Pena for being so much smaller than her and actually accepting the fight and really trying to fight her. Like she really tried to be scrappy and fight her. I respect her for that, and I felt bad for her during the fight when I saw how just dominant Kayla was compared to her, like as far as just strength and brutality. It was just It just didn't. It looked lopsided to me. But I do think Juliana can get that belt back if Kayla's not there and Amanda's not there. I think she can get that belt back. Let's go on to the main event: Merab Dvalishvili versus Sean O'Malley, the Sugar Show. Um, show must go on because Sugar did not get that dub like he thought he was going to. Now, personally, I wanted to see Sugar win because I wanted to see a part three. I thought that'd be dope for both their legacies. I thought that would be good for UFC and fans. Um, and I thought that could have shifted the tide a little bit. Let's see what happened here. Or it could have shifted the tide a little bit. But overall, I thought the fight went how I thought it was gonna go. I thought Merab was gonna dominate him. Thought it was gonna be even worse because of the fact that I mean, Sugar's just outclassed in that department. Merab's just too much for anybody, and for someone that's just a striker, I think it's a little bit lopsided because of his wrestling, because of his strength, because of his energy, his cardio, and I had a feeling Merab was just gonna get Sean tired and eventually get him out of there. Um, I it kind of went pretty much how I thought it was gonna go. But I can say Sean looked really sharp. Sean looked really good in there. He was fighting a great fight. He was having good takedown defense. He was getting back to his feet pretty well. He was striking well. He looked really good. His lateral movement was really good. His footwork was really good compared to the first time. So you could tell he was injured the first time. The first time was a little closer, but I thought the second time he was a lot sharper. And he did put some muscle on. He was able to see that. Thought he was focused, man. I thought he was focused. I feel bad for him because I don't want his legacy to go downhill. 'Cause he is a great fighter, but Merab's just too much for anybody right now. And it kind of reminded me of Khabib versus Conor McGregor, where Conor gave him a close fight, but kind of got somewhat dominated. I thought he did well up to round three, but I think it was the same thing when it came down to takedown defense and actually getting tired because of having to defend the takedowns and having to defend somebody holding you for a while and putting their weight on you. And I thought that's what happened, the same exact results. It's hard when you're fighting a wrestler that can strike a little bit as opposed to somebody who's a great striker with no wrestling. It's hard because they're just gonna wear you down, man. They're just gonna wear you down at the end of the day. And takedown defense can go but so far without a knockout, without a finish. And I thought that was the problem. But I can't tell you what submission was weird. It was kind of weird. It was almost like a neck crank upside down. It was a weird one, but it was a great move. Merab's a smart guy. I thought Sean actually did what he was supposed to do to get out of it, but Merab caught onto it and he had him in a tight grip, and it was a wrap from there. When he put that weight on his neck and his face, it was over. And rightfully so, because you don't want your neck to snap. I'm sure Sean felt that pressure, that weight with the arm under his neck. You can feel that thing squeezing into the ground with a grown man on your head while your neck is cranked. You gotta tap. You gotta tap. You just gotta tap. But he did the right thing by spinning and getting to the floor to get out of it. But Merab just too much of a grip on you, and it ended up actually putting him in a bad position. So it was kind of a lose-lose situation. And overall, though, I thought the card was pretty great. I can actually say I would say it was a great card. 4 fight bonuses, fight of the night, or performance of the night, excuse me. I thought it was a great card, man. It's pretty dope. But I got to go over the main card for you guys. If I go over the whole thing, man, we're gonna be here for hours, which I'm not trying to do. I'm trying to keep my episodes short for y'all and entertaining. You feel me? But hats off to Merab and Kayla. Kayla with that Kimura, and Merab with the weird thinger, a jigger. But overall, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Please comment, like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend that I'm on again. You feel me? But this is AC Soul's Blunt Truth Sports Edition, and I am your host, Roman Christopher. I appreciate you. It's a favorite record stand.